Thank you so much, Rahul, for joining in, and thank you so much for speaking with us. I was listening to you on the panel because we are speaking in the backdrop of social impact. You made a statement saying there are many Indias within India. We understand that the speed of change today is crazy when we talk about technology, economy, and many other sections of the society. What do you have to say more about there are many Indias within India?
When I talked about there are many Indias in India, I'm going to link it back to the Honorable Prime Minister's mission of Viksit Bharat 2047. And India has 22 years to grow, not just economically, but socially. And we have to make sure no one is left behind. So every part of the society will need to grow and develop. And when we reach 2047, as a society, as a country, and as an economy, we have developed. So we also have to look at the most marginalized and vulnerable communities, and they could be marginalized and vulnerable because they're of certain gender, they live in parts of India which are inaccessible, they come from certain communities. So that is where we really have to double down and make sure that that part of India is also growing and achieving the overall goal of Viksit Bharat as the economy grows.
Given that you invest all of your time towards society and looking at the marginalized section, people who need the attention most right at the moment, given your experience, tell me what are the gaps you look at? I mean, there can be many, but let's focus on top three. What are the major gaps you observe? And if you can double click in what can be done?
So I'm going to talk specifically about children, and again linking to Viksit Bharat. If you look at Bharat in 2047, people who are going to be working in businesses are already born. So the kids of today, the children of today, in 21, 22 years from now will be working. So that's where we have to make sure this generation is ready in terms of skills, education, foundational literacy, in terms of well-being, mental health, their physical health. They are ready to be part of that Viksit Bharat story, and they are a positive contributor to the society and to the economy. So that is where I would say the biggest opportunity gap could be if we miss the generation which is already young, but also children who are born today who are going to be part of that workforce by 2047.
Interesting. Today we can't let a conversation complete without talking about AI. To broaden our spectrum, we talk about technology. We look at technology from a lens of accessibility when we talk about different sections of societies, and that's a very that's a very catalyzing part of looking at any problem or a society grappling with some challenges. Now, what is your say on accessibility? Be it with basic infrastructure or maybe the high-end technology. What do you have to say?
See, technology, I personally feel, is here to stay. It's becoming more and more integral part of who we are as a society, as a country, as a world, and as an individual. And it is also about how we interact with technology, whether it's the very basic technology or the frontier tech, AI, machine learning. And we see consciously, subconsciously, it's more integrated into our day-to-day life. How we book tickets, how we listen to music, how we interact with social media. And it has a direct impact on who we are as individuals and how we are growing. So accessibility is really important. And India has been known for leapfrogging accessibility, right? How we very quickly move to mobile phones, the data is very cheap, and even the smartphone and the accessibility to data has taken this whole social transformation to remote parts of India, where the window to the world was only through the heads of the family or the male members of the family who would go out and bring that information to the female members of the family who generally are not allowed to go out. Now they have smartphones, which is very affordable. They have data, which is very affordable. So they have a new window to the world. Now, how do you train everyone in the society to be able to interact with that technology and use it to empower and enable? Now, technology, we're talking a lot about AI. And the beauty of AI would be, rather than making it a push into the society and into our lives, we look at some really challenging issues and bring AI and bring it from the perspective of a pull factor. So AI comes and starts to look at those challenging problems and starts to address it with the whole layer of ethics and governance, etc. So even a simple example of massive data, and we are sitting on this massive data, if AI could come in and start to unfold and unpack the kind of challenges and insights which we as individuals are not able to do, could be a very interesting case. So rather than a push for AI, we should look at where is the need and the demand, and how can there could be a pull for AI to come and solve those problems.
Interesting, because I mean, what I could understand from what you said is society is on the right track of progress, right path of growth, right impetus. Now the only area of opportunity for growth is next 5 years, or let's say next 10 years. So all of this growth that you talked about has happened in the last 5 years consolidatedly. Now, when you look at the window of next 5 years, what is one of the biggest changes you would like to observe in the next 5 years?
So two things. One, I would say society is on a path of growth and development. Right or wrong, there are different perspectives. There are different schools around that. Next 5 years, I would look at the SDG agenda. We are very quickly approaching 2030. The world had come together to set some aspirational goals for 2030. So we only have 5 years to achieve some of those goals. And we should look at and double down on what could be the solutions, tech-based or non-tech-based, which could move the needle for these SDG indicators. So how do we build solutions at scale? So we hit the SDG agenda at speed, because we only have 5 years, and solutions which are sustainable. So tomorrow, if each one of us as our organizations pull out, the solutions stay and keep creating impact for the society.
Thank you so much for speaking with us. That's wonderful speaking with you.
Thank you.